So before I start the presentation, let me ask a question. How many times today we have heard about digital transformation word? I think it's safe to say it is n raised to n, where n tends to infinity, right? From the morning we have been hearing about digital transformation and its values and what it can bring it to, right? But how do you go about it? For example, let me just make it simple. No, currently I'm getting my house renovated. So what I did is I simply took another house on a rent and I gave it to contractor. He's ripping apart everything and putting new things there. Okay? Now imagine if I say the same thing to Mr. Divyang, give me your plant, give me the key, I'll do digital transformation, come back after 2 months. What happens? He'll block me in 20-mile radius of that area, right? He is crazy. Don't let the guy come here, right? So, I mean, we all understand digital transformation and we all understand its value, but the fact is, how do you go about it? And how do you solve the problem that Mr. Divyang talked about it? So what are the problems? First, data is locked at different layers, right? The data is locked in different layers. There are too many protocols. And because there are too many protocols, there's a high runtime cost and there's a high maintenance cost. Now, let me help you tell how we are doing that, or how we are talking about solving that problem. So, whenever we are talking to any customer and he says, I want to go for digital transformation, this is the first step we tell them. First, how do you unlock a data? So, you have the OT network and you have the RT network, right? What we are saying is, at the OT layer, try to get OPC UA at bottom layers. That does not mean that you just take out everything. Whatever you have it, if you have a legacy device, put a OPC UA adapter at the lowest possible level. So the OPC UA starts coming from the bottom layer. Okay? Or you can have OPC UA server. But if the OPC UA starts coming from bottom layer, the network layer is cleaned up and you have only one protocol running, which is OPC UA TCP/IP. Now, what advantage you get by that? Because you have only OPC UA TCP/IP running, your firewall is secure. You have only one protocol running. It is using only some ports, and even that ports will be configured using OPC UA as a rule. Isn't it? Right? Now, once you have OPC UA coming all the way from here to the OT layer, okay, there we tell them to go for another flavor of OPC UA, which is OPC UA PubSub. Now, if you are following, the gurus of IoT world or Industry 4.0, right? Everybody is talking about OPC UA PubSub, right? And why they are talking about OPC UA PubSub? Because OPC UA PubSub is a technology which is being supported by all the cloud players. Because OPC UA PubSub addresses that green or the blue ocean requirement where you start getting a data directly from S to cloud, right? So basically, what Dinesh said, right? We have the triangle, right? We hated the triangle for a very long time, right? So we are breaking a triangle. So from the triangle, he made a circle. I'm making a flat line out of it. Once you get to the plant level, I start converting this OPC UA TCP/IP data to a PubSub data. And once it is a PubSub data, it is ready to use by any of the cloud players. When I say it is ready to use by any cloud player, if you go for Azure IoT Hub, you have ready to use connectivity. You go for AWS, you are ready to use connectivity. And we have a small example. If you come to our booth, which is in the other side of the event, you will find a small setup there where we are simply having this. For yourself, we have a product called UDDX Suite, which is a OT layer product. It basically collects data from a lot of devices and gives me an OPC UA. What I'm doing I have a product called OPC Data Bridge, which converts TCP/IP to PubSub, which I talked about it. The beauty here is this product is running directly in cloud. Okay, so we have heard this many times, right? How do you get on-premises data, put it to a cloud, get all the digital transformation? But how? What about security? Here, you will see that happening directly. With the help of VPN, you anyways get network level security. On top of network level security, we are giving you the OPC UA standard security. And with the help of that, I'm getting a data which was locked in the devices to the cloud. Okay? And with the OPC UA, I solve the problem, or we solve the problem that Mr. Divangsa was talking about. Now your data is freed up from the layers. You can get the data from the top layers all the way to a cloud. You can go parallel to the layers. We are not saying you take out the layers of automation stack, but if you don't want it, you can go parallel to it. And because now this is all OPC UA data, you have the enterprise view that he was talking about. Because most of the products will start supporting OPC UA. Okay, and that way you get all the data coming together, and you can start doing information modeling, you can start doing digital twin. And one more thing, if you now to go back, if you actually take this, okay, and you tilt it, this is your OPAF, the early stage OPAF. In the OPAF, the OCF bus is nothing but OPC, a very heavily customized form of OPC UA. So if you start getting into this, your OPAF journey becomes very simple, okay?